after the live. I want to go over a quick overview real quick while I'm setting up my YouTube live. As you know, it takes about 2 minutes, and I'll continue to tell everybody this. I can't do anything until it uploads, and it gives me the opportunity to set it all up. So, what we're going to go over today, and this is going to be exciting. What I'll play for you is we're going to talk about the Ripple partnership with MoneyGram, the announcement that Brad Garlinghouse made, and this is what he said 5 years ago. So this is from 5 years ago. It's less than 5 minutes I'm going to be playing, but that's going to lead basically this entire update. So like the title is going to say is, do you know what you hold, basically, with XRP, and don't let them trick you out of selling based on an emotional response. So some of the things that have happened. So let's get away from the price action real quick. We have to talk about, is XRP becoming the world leader, the world leading platform for CBDCs, and then also how it got its Ripple gets in principal payments license in Singapore. So behind the scenes, while they're trying to throw you off, maybe with a little manipulated in the price, there's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes. So I want to play this first. This will dictate this entire update, and we're going to also take a look at the charts, but I would like to take a closer look at exactly what we own as well and what's transpiring here in the last several weeks. So let's take a listen to what Garlinghouse said 5 years ago on the partnership with MoneyGram and the direction that he thought it was taking, and where we are now 5 years later.
Percent of the global remittance market. How will this deal work? MoneyGram owns about 5% of the global remittance market. How will this deal work?
Emily, it's great to be back. Thank you. The deal is a big step, I think, for Ripple, but it's even a bigger step for the overall industry. As you know well, there's been a lot of excitement around what blockchain and what digital assets and crypto can mean for the industry, and I think it's the reason why players like Facebook are diving in also. But we haven't yet seen much beyond experimentation, and really at Ripple, I think we are the market leader because we have matured aggressively and we're really solving real problems for real customers. MoneyGram is just the manifestation of that. It is the second largest global remittance company. We're able to have a big impact with one customer and one partner in this.
Now, as I understand it, Western Union tested Ripple to use for its network, but it ended up being more expensive than its current network. Is MoneyGram actually saving money by using Ripple?
You know, actually what Western Union said was that, you know, they've been around for decades, and what they said is that in our beta time, the time of the
See what they tried to do there? Even 5 years ago, they're trying to mislead the way the pricing is when it comes to using Ripple and XRP for the actual transaction.
Hadn't yet launched. They said that we matched the efficiency of what they were already optimized. So my view on that was they had spent decades getting to an efficiency that we matched with a beta product. So I was actually really pleased that Western Union could come out and say we're already as good as the decades they had invested in building out that capability. With MoneyGram, we know out of the gates we can actually make their system much more efficient. And the key reason is today both Western Union and MoneyGram, they pre-fund accounts around the world so they can make payments. So MoneyGram and Western Union have negative working capital. What our products allow those companies to do is to not pre-fund and to shoot payments in real time. And that's a massive savings in terms of the efficiency.
And we now know 5 years later, using this ourselves, using the XRP ledger to send our XRP from one exchange to the next, or to pay for a product, as I've done within the last 2 weeks, which is awesome. It takes literally a fraction of a second. As to where, for me personally, I made a $69 purchase on a supplement that I needed, and I looked at Bitcoin, and it wanted to charge me for the $69 and some odd cents. It wanted to charge me $90 because there was like a $24 fee. It also said that it was going to take 45 minutes to 2 hours to get there, and they called it the gas fee. With XRP, that same purchase cost me still less than, it was $69 and whatever cents it was, with a tenth of a cent or 4/10 of a cent put onto it. And then it literally took like a second and a half to get there, and it was all verified. So this is happening whether we see it or not in the USA.
Just in terms of what is the cost in FX, but the capital cost, the outlays, it's really a dormant asset when you pre-fund those, is sitting there waiting for people to make payments. And that's really the transformational thing that XRP as an extremely efficient digital asset allows for the industry.
How much equity did Ripple get in this deal?
Well, what we committed to do is to invest up to $50 million. We'll end up owning somewhere between about 6 or 7% and 10% of the company. They're going to call, they decide over the course of the next year how much of that $50 million they want to call down. At close, they've called down $30 million at a price of $4.10 per share. So we're excited to be shareholders because we think that actually it's been an undervalued asset. As you may know...
Did everybody hear that? Did everybody hear what he just said? Their value back then, their expected value was $4.10, but they were saying per share. So this could be going into something deeper, but that's what he's saying right now. That's why I like this clip, just so we kind of hear what they're thinking and why they would own such a large amount.
Ant Financial tried to buy MoneyGram over a year ago. That was ultimately blocked by CFIUS, but we think it's a really undervalued and strategic asset in the overall payments landscape. We couldn't be more excited to have a shared vision of how digital assets can change the nature of how liquidity is managed for payment providers globally.
Right, a potential $1.2 billion deal that was blocked by the U.S. government. So what's next? You
Even 5 years ago, the government interfering.
have plans to try to gain share in other existing money transfer services?
Well, what's next for us is to continue to build out and expand the number of corridors where we're live today. We work with over 200 banks and financial institutions around the world today. And with this new product around liquidity, we're now enabling liquidity into the Mexican peso and the Philippine peso. We certainly expect to be much broader than that, but we've only been live with this product for about 6 or 7 months. So I feel like we made a tremendous progress in a short amount of time. We're going to continue to invest with the customers we have today, as well as expand the number of corridors we support globally.
All right, so Facebook, we believe, announcing crypto plans to...
Okay, so that's what I wanted you guys and gals to hear, but we got a lot to talk about here. It's starting to rain in the background again, but let me get into the intro. Good early evening, 4:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, June 26th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan, so everything but nature going on behind me. The modern day expansion is what's actually going on, it sounds like. So what I wanted to cover today, and I appreciate everybody for being here. 58 people here. Is there really? Wow. 22 likes. We got to do better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Got to do better than 22 likes. Make sure you hit that like button, as it will greatly help push my content. It'll show that you appreciate what I'm doing, and it'll show that you take what I'm doing seriously as well. I'm going to have to move over here because it is raining. So I'm just going to move up here. So let me acknowledge everybody real quick, because I have a lot of stuff I'd like to go over. And some are like, why do you go outside? I just like to go outside and do this. I feel like it brings peace. And not enough people stand outside. So John Hall, welcome in. Good afternoon. Blank Properties, good evening. Listen while cleaning your bathroom. See? I made that a little bit easier. Come on in. Welcome in from London. Crypto Scrooge, how's it going, my friend? Crypto Solo Scrooge on YouTube if you like Sologenic. Sounds like... Smash that like button, guys and girls. Absolutely. Tanya, welcome in, love. How you doing, Renee? Welcome in. Jan, welcome in, love. Love it, love it, love it. Hit that like button, indeed. OMC, the early price for Ripple is at $53 right now, so what is that, a 75x from 5 years ago out of BG's? Yep, out of Brad Garlinghouse mouth. Yes, sir. Michael Edwards, what's going on, my friend? Happy Monday to you as well, Louisville. I welcome everybody in. I welcome everybody in. Now listen, before we get into the whole, some of the stuff that's been transpiring, the reason why I put that my title on, and I hope you're paying attention what's been transpiring over the short term here. So basically what's been going on is, as we get closer and closer to clarity, make sure you hit that like button as well. I can't believe there's already 72 people in here. Welcome in, Salvador, from Cape Town, San Antonio, it looks like. I could be wrong, though. Sean, welcome in. So basically, the closer we get to clarity, we already know what's going to happen. They're going to try to shake us out of XRP. Paper Chase, welcome in. Johnny, welcome in. Salvador from South Africa, welcome in. But they're going to try to shake us out of our asset. It's that simple. The time to sell it was in 2021. Buying it at 35 cents and selling it at 46 cents or 44 cents or 58, that's not what we're in it for. The only reason to sell it in 2021, and I'll continue to say this, is because we were at the top of a bull market. We had to start buying it when it made sense. We had to take our profit. And I understand there's the long holder mentality. I'm trying to teach you when it's the right time to have that mentality. Right now, it is the right time for me. I believe for everybody as well, it's the right time. I bought sub 35 cents, just under a hair is my average, for just a little over 10,000 tokens. This is the accumulation phase. So if it does come back down, I'm not mad. I want it to come back down. 20% below 35 cents, I'll buy my next set of XRP. I hope that I can double up on what I have at least. But it would have to go down from where I'm at, starting 20% before I was at, my average. So right now is not the time in history to be selling your XRP, folks. This is not the time. They're going to put every smear campaign. You're going to see all the emotional based responses that would dictate you to sell your shares or your tokens. They're going to do everything in their power. The media is going to have a smear campaign. But behind the scenes, the things that aren't talked about that matter, like what's happening in Singapore. It's a big thing we're going to talk about today. What's happening in Singapore. And welcome in 81 people. Make sure to hit that like button, as it will greatly, greatly help me push the analytics. I'm not asking for money of any kind. Just hit that like button. I want you to come here to be enlightened. That's why I put out all my content out for free. Simple as that. So the closer we get to this era now, the closer we get to where we're trying to go. There's no secret why it's starting to become one big negative thing. More and more people are coming out on YouTube. You're starting to see the negativity. They're starting to say it's a Ponzi scheme. They're starting to talk about the buyback, which is the truly big Ponzi scheme. That's not happening. I don't know why anybody keeps pushing that agenda. Unfortunately, we can't get real information. So I come here every single day, 7 days a week. I go live. I do 4 updates a day because I feel like, at least if you're watching what I'm saying, I understand what's going on in the larger landscape, and I want as many people to understand as possible. It's just that simple. Everybody deserves to understand, no matter the size of your wallet. And please, 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 if you have any respect for me, hit that like button. That's all I ask. So listen. And if you want to support my work, join Tom's Army. There's a mission statement. You can send a YouTube super chat, but that is not why we're here. We're here so we can learn together. So basically, like True said, they're BSing us right now. It sucks. But look, I'm gonna show you a couple things. And yeah, the comments are flying, so let me look at these real quick. Salvador, welcome in. Puentes, welcome from California. True, I appreciate you being in. Conrad, welcome in. Eddie, Crypto Scrooge, Jan, yes they are. I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's what's going on right now. A lot of FUD out there. So listen, here's not FUD. Crypto firm Ripple gets in principle payments license in Singapore. Ripple said it received in principle approval of a major payment institution license from the Monetary Authority of Singapore, the country's central bank. The license allows Ripple to offer regulated digital currency tokens, products, and services and expand customers' use of XRP, a cryptocurrency it is closely associated with. It comes as Ripple continues to spar with the Securities and Exchange Commission over a lawsuit. Wow, Jordan, a member for 25 months. You've got the 2-year badge. That's the 589 Moon badge. And I always speculated that at the end of 2023, it wasn't $589, folks. It was 58.9 cents. And that's not to be a dick. That's because in the outreach we're looking for 2025. But let's continue. That's a tremendous, tremendous show of support, Jordan. I can't thank you enough. 25th month now renewing in Tom's Army. That's incredible. Jeff, welcome in. Michigan Bags are Pat. Welcome in from Michigan. Mac Gold from Ohio. Welcome in, my brother. My brother from the South. And then Alexander, Tom, you hit the nail on the head. I'm in Thailand. I see what happening with SCB and Ripple, Singapore. Don't let them fool you, or don't let them, your friends, be fooled. JPM, Serbia. Branslav, welcome in from Serbia. Michael, welcome in. So listen, everybody, let's continue. And listen to what the other people from around the world are saying that aren't from the USA. They understand, especially from the Middle East. They understand what's going on, especially if they're around the Singapore area. Blockchain company Ripple on Thursday, it received in principle regulatory approval to operate in Singapore in a rare moment of good news for the cryptocurrency industry globally as it faces tightening policy back home in the United States. Ripple said that it was granted in principle. Notice, the places that are against crypto and digital assets, they're run by central banks. Ripple said that it was granted in principle approval of a major payment institutional license from the Monetary Authority of Singapore, the country's central bank. The license will allow Ripple to offer regulated digital payment token products and services and expand the cross-border transfers of XRP, a cryptocurrency the company is closely associated with among its customers, which are banks and financial institutions. So what are they telling us here? What is all the FUD? XRP is not reaching institutional investors. I say that's nonsense. Maybe in 2021. This is almost on to 2023 now. As we approach 2025, we've already had successful transformation of certain suites into the ISO migration already. It's already been a successful transformation. So like when they talk about this stuff, they act like institutions aren't buying in. I firmly disagree with that. They're buying in, it's just not the way people think. It's just not the way people think. XRP was trading at around 50 cents late Wednesday evening. Ripple, a San Francisco-based fintech company, is mostly known for XRP as well as an interbank messaging service based on blockchain, the distributed ledger technology that underpins many cryptocurrencies. Oh, we're going to look at the chart. We're going to look at the chart. But in due time, we're going to get into the chart. But this is important information. The company's on-demand liquidity, and I can already tell you without looking at the chart here. Ready? Ready? XRP. I'm not going to look at the chart. I just need to see the price, and I'm going to tell you from a memory standpoint. And then we'll get into the chart after, because I believe you should put the due respect into the time so you can learn all the information around XRP. We're at almost 48 cents now. So, ready? So XRP right now at almost 48 cents. We're at 4798. Underneath right now we have the 477 level, which right now is the make it or break it support. If we lose the 477 and we get any kind of validation, that would send us 8% down to 44 cents to the inverted head and shoulders neckline and or the bottom of the broadening wedge. If we move up, we've got 3 levels to break. Ready? First level, 482. If you can't break that, it can't even move up. Second level, 494. Big resistance point. 50 cents the psychological level, but you can't even get excited to think until we break 508 and try to attempt the 538. So right now the urgency is to first get over 482 without that first line of rejection. You get the first line of rejection, then you start pushing back to 477. That's where it gets a little dicey because you don't want to fall under it and get the rejection. So, but we'll get into the chart so it looks better, or it sounds better, or maybe you can understand it better. But make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see the charts and you want to see the clarity of it, and you want to see all the knowledge, you're going to get it either way, but at least give me the dignity or the support of those likes. That's all I ask. 57 likes, 85 people watching. That's a pretty wide discrepancy. If somebody first tuned in, they might be like, oh, 86 people watching, only 57 likes. But, you know, that's hearsay. So the company's on-demand liquidity service uses XRP as a kind of bridge between currencies, which it allows payment providers and banks to process cross-border transactions much faster than they would over legacy payment rails. Man, the comments are moving today. So, hit the like button. Yes, Jan. Yes, Jan. Jan, hit the like button. What's your thoughts on Aleppo cold wallet? I don't have thoughts on it. Personally, DeSun is probably the next biggest company you could do. Axel, thanks for sharing that in the comments. True, the wick touched 4693, but it's a slight rebound. Yep. Yeah, that's right now. The key right now is the push. And if XRP's got any steam, it'll break an old 482. Otherwise, it would just be the first layer of defense, rejection. So let's get through this real quick, because I think this is fascinating. So, but Ripple also operates a blockchain-based international messaging system called RippleNet to facilitate massive transfers of funds between banks and other financial institutions, similar to the global interbank messaging system SWIFT. The Securities and Exchange Commission charged Ripple co-founder Christian Larson's and CEO Brad Garlinghouse was conducting an illegal securities offering that raised more than $1.3 billion through sales of XRP. But as we know, in a filing on April, I believe 8th or April 9th, 2017 or 2018, I can't remember the exact date. Hell, it might have even been 2019. I think it was 2019. But they said that does not dictate a security and it was directly in context with the Howey speech. So, in the Howey test, I should say. So that's not a way of dictating whether they should have been charged anyhow. Ripple denies the allegations, but Singapore is one of the largest currency corridors from which Ripple sends money across borders using XRP. So they said in a press statement. So that was one of the things I really wanted to cover. And then is XRP becoming world leader and platform for CBDCs? I think we've gone a long time here. So we're going to go into the chart. And it's raining out here too. So I want to get through the chart, and then if I see any questions, I'll try to answer them. But we're gonna get through this next like 10 minutes, and then I'm probably gonna dip out here because I got to keep it fresh, and I don't want to over exaggerate, but I want the information to be heard. And if I talk too much, it's gonna get lost in the shuffle. So we'll do the CBDC talk in the next live stream. That's what we're gonna do. Or maybe in an update I'll put it, but I'll definitely do it in one of the next, probably the next live stream, because I like to debunk it, or I like to at least debrief it with each and every one of you when I come across information. So right now, what we were speaking of with XRP, as True said, we came down on the XRP US dollar, this particular chart. It looks like we came down to 471. Now we're pushing back up this first layer right now at the 30-minute time frame. That's not the resistance I'm talking about. The 482 level is a known resistance in the pattern. Resistance support, and it's always up here, but I didn't leave it up here because it's starting to get a little crowded in here, because right now the 477 is the major area. I'm starting to get shuffled out of here because it's starting to rain harder and harder. And now this is like dripping water over here. It's a whole big nightmare. Let me go over here. I am committed to doing this update outside, or this live outside. And I will not be thrown off, not because of a little hostility in the environment. Positive over negative, right? Positivity over negativity. So, in the 4-hour time frame, the 482 right now is what we're talking about. We've already had that death cross in the 4-hourly. So that's a very big move. And we have to pay attention to the daily time frame, because as you can see, we're reversing down. And remember what I talked about, we're only 1 or 2 big candles down in the daily closing from having this bearish cross in the daily, and then it's a whole big slew of problems. This looks like it's on a right arm here, and can it also look like the bull flag? It could still possibly be on with that inverted head and shoulders, as we've talked about. Not necessarily a bull flag, but it's the inverted head and shoulders. And until that breaks at 44 cents, that neckline, this really could end up being a big consolidatory phase and end up pushing back up and breaking not only 585, but breaking out towards the 65 cents. That is something that can happen, and this looks awfully ridiculous now because the broadening wedge, I deleted the bottom of it, so not sure what happened there. I'm not even going to put it back 100% dead on, because this isn't... You know what? Forget about it. Forget the broadening wedge. I'll put it back after. I'm not wasting your time. But the 44 cents, now that we open that up, just look, the 44 cents right here, that's the inverted head and shoulders neckline. If we break that, you can just say goodbye. You say goodbye, you go to the 2021 uptrend, and you're back down to 36 cents. And that's right here, the 2020 uptrend, I'm sorry. It actually goes back farther, as when I looked earlier, it goes back into 2020. So it's actually the 2020 uptrend. And then if that were to break, see, you go through the all-time patterns, and this is still a big consolidation on a bear flag if you're looking at it from the daily. So we have to pay attention to this as it is. So I still think it's 50-50 XRP comes sub 20 cents. I really do. Because if you get this consolidatory phase, who knows how low it goes. If this breaks down as a giant bear flag, I mean, hello, that's going to be a huge breakdown. Huge. Massive. It's going to be of epic proportions, and it's going to be a historical collapse unseen by anybody else in the crypto sphere, because we would have had this massive drop from 2021. Yep. No, yeah, it definitely is. That's why I keep talking. If we could build the pressure properly down to 36 cents and then break out, oh man. That's a big area to break out, but also I'll hold at 44 cents. We can't undermine that. If we could hold 44 cents, that would be a huge breakout area. To retest this area and then push out, oh, it'd be huge. Be huge. It's just, I fear that we're going to end up breaking that structure if we come down there. So it's best that we just hold 477 right there. and still use that as a support structure and just get the hell out of this area. It's just that simple. I'd feel more comfortable with that. And then Bitcoin, like I've been saying, don't fear Bitcoin. Bitcoin's dominance right now is over 50% on the Bitcoin dominance chart. That means it's very volatile, normally in the downward direction for altcoins, but that means Bitcoin's in control. If Bitcoin does this positive consolidation, look at this. Big reversal. You can say a cup and handle building the handle. You can also say, though, so the CME gap up here is at 30K. We also have the broken channel that we retook on top of that 30,000, the top of the channel, where the CME gap is. So if you have a bullish consolidation here and you build that flag on top of 30K, with 30K being the support, that's a massive bullish hold, and the dominance is going to get even stronger, as it's a possibility it comes up there. First, the target would be at 33,938, and then if you could break up and out of there, then you'd have a $38,000 to $40,000 target. But that's if you break up. But does that not look like a bull flag right now? There's a lot of negativity in the air. Everybody talking about the Bitcoin ETF, but the only thing I see dropping are alts right now. Bitcoin's holding strong. It's still over 30,000. It's not gonna, you can't have something like Bitcoin go straight up. You can't just have it go boom without any consolidation. You need a boom, slap in the face, boom. And that's how you do it. Look at this. A real tightening. You think it did all of that just to hold here if this is the bullish move? No. It's consolidating. And then it pushes up even higher. You would know if this pattern dies out completely because it would just collapse. We'd be looking for a volatile spike down, and not to hold the channel, I mean to collapse. If this does hold it up there, this could be an interesting day tomorrow for the Bitcoin ETF. As it is, though, you could see a trap set. But, you know, the pattern formation right now dictates it's going to go up as long as it holds the support at the CME gap at 30K on top of the channel. This is how you push out, have a bullish bull. You have a bullish hold on top of the channel where it broke down from, which happens to be the CME gap at 30,000, which also is the consolidation on this bull flag. And we could say we just had a quick, not a cup and handle there, but all the way around. Is this not where the bullish handle could be put on? Yes, it came all the way down, but where does it finish? It's a nice consolidation here. It's a very nice, makes the handle, pushes up. I mean, come on now. That would be the bullish of bullish handles if that happened. So if we look at this from the grand scale, is Bitcoin done? If we're looking just based on what we've seen today, no. This is absolutely the distraction, Alexander. Yeah, all hype aside, true. Bitcoin absolutely could go nuts. This is absolutely a point where it could go nuts. We called this pattern out from so long ago, it's disturbing. The only thing that I wish would have happened, and as we know while it was playing out, I said if it's in our, we want it to do this, the 24.4, and bam. But you know what? It might not have done that, but it got to 24,600 roughly, or 24,800. It may not have got all the way to 24.4, but damn it, it had a nice tight consolidation and did the 3/4 up breakout. And you know what it did? Didn't stop until it hit the breakout from the broken channel and the CME gap at 30K. Everybody kept saying once it hit that gap, it was coming straight down. You know what? We've had 4 days and a thinly traded weekend worth of consolidation where it's held at 30K. Today it had a volatile drop, held to 30K. XRP, volatile drop, held 477. You know, so we have to see, is XRP's death crossing the 4-hourly going to do us in? And right now, no, it has not. And this is what we want. This is where they're going to use this distraction to get you to sell everything and anything and everything. Anything and everything. And the other thing you need to pay attention to, and this is something I'll continue to beat, because I said I would keep everybody in the loop with B2 Gold, and I've been putting it in at the 30-minute mark of some of these videos, and it's a shame, but not very many people are going to look at this. I appreciate that, True. I think so as well. What is going on here? Okay, maybe we won't be looking at it, but the only thing I want to end with here, because it's been a great live. Yeah, screw that. I'm not going to wait for that to load. It's been a great live. I'm just going to end this and tell you about B2 Gold as well. So I thank everybody. If you got anything out of this, make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing to my channel. And if you want to show some support, I don't charge for anything. I put all my information out for free. I believe everybody deserves the information no matter the size of their wallet. You can join Tom's